Hello everybody, I hope you're having a beautiful day. I had a video that I had done last night, and so instead of making it one long video, I'm just going to upload two separate videos. This one's going to be talking about the institution of confusion and hiding the truth to create societies and standards in which people enslave themselves and harm themselves. Because before I even start this video talking about the enslaving aspect, so it's not just going to be African Americans, it's going to be talking about how civilization is enslaved by oligarchs and elites and kings and different things like that, and lawmakers. But essentially, look at a democracy, America, right? They'll say it's a free country and that you can express yourself here. But before you come to America, even if you look at comments and social media, you know that's to be the opposite. Now, of course, the internet is much different than real life. Real life's a little different. People aren't just coming up to you going, "Oh, bad, bad, bad," and talking crap like bots. But in a lot of social circles, and even if you grow up here, when dealing with the school system, you'll notice that it's basically follow or else. They create cliques and groups and things like that everywhere, not just school. But the point is, now back to the main thing at hand. I shared this preacher on my community page. I think he's a preacher, and that's the type of sermon I can listen to, in all honesty. I've kind of had enough with like the magical aspect of religion and like the ancient stories and stuff. And when I say the ancient stories, I don't mean in the sense of like history. I mean because when I look at the Bible, like I said, I look at it like a book, and I use it to try to, I can use it any way I will to live in life. You know what I mean? So I don't follow the Bible like a book of laws. I follow some advice that's in that book, but especially the book of Leviticus, I try to stay out of the whole wilderness aspect of it. Anyways, the point is back to the problem at hand. So, when dealing with like slavery and enslavement, look at the welfare system. I was just listening to this preacher talk about how at first in the South they had a welfare system set up for whites, but then once it started leaking onto the blacks, how they started to call it a problem. They were praising it up at first, talking about taking care of humans. Then once it spread out, they said it was a problem. Now, if you look at how that plays out in this day and age, you know what I mean? Look at how a lot of people are treating immigrants. They're saying other people get helped, and they're like, "Oh no, mine. Now it's bad. They're lazy and they're taking our benefits." You see how it's like, no matter what color, once you're wealthy enough or once you're, living within a certain civilization or upon certain standards, it leaks onto you and you begin to do the same thing. So I want to bring up the ideology of women and how I said this is about why it's about all people and how it lives out to all people. Now, in the past, when dealing with American history, you have a situation to where within the welfare system, they created an institution to where women when they have children, depending on how the family goes or depending on the family dynamic, the women get all the benefits. They get they have the chance for something called CCRS. They pay for daycare, or they have it to where the check pays somebody to watch your child for a certain amount. They have the link card set up, SNAP benefits, that's food. They have something called TANF, to where that's the child support for the woman. So the man gets put on child support, but if he doesn't get a job or something, they do what's called TANF. And then the state pays her. And then what they end up doing is it goes on the man's record or his whatever, if he's on the birth certificate. So, like, let's say you don't have a job for 5-6 years. Now you owe the state like probably $10,000-$15,000 or a lot. It's probably more than that, but I'm just giving you. So then when this happens, you're now in debt. They'll take your license away. They'll take your fishing license away. They'll take your food and transportation. That's ironic. But I know we don't fish to eat. Some people do, you can. But if they allow you to catch fish in that area. But the point is, what I'm saying is, okay, now, initially this was happening to a lot of African Americans. But now, because of how everything's equal and we're all free, it's leaking on to the rest of civilization. And so this is what I try to explain. Now, look how that spirit lives out. A lot of times, I'm not saying all women are like this, so please just bear with me. I have a testimony and a story to tell, so I'm telling you my story. Now, me personally, and I love my dad, but I think he forgets this sometimes too, because I'm like his little twin. But I was kind of blessed in life. I'm handsome. I'm really tall. I'm just blessed. And so, I got a deeper voice. It wasn't always like this though. I was a little pipsqueak at one point in time, and I was really bullied and made fun of a lot. But as I began to grow into myself, it went from where the hugs at to where the ladies at, so to speak. So then, I had to remind myself over time, and this is a part of everybody's journey, knowing yourself, knowing who you are, knowing what's for you. But I had to remind myself, because I'll tell you, like, I see a lot of dudes saying, I can't get, or they'd be like complaining about women. But then like me and my journey, I'm not saying like, I had to kind of be like this. And this will go towards what I was talking about with America. I kind of had a shield put up in armor. Like I told you, I used to get bullied a lot. The first girl I was kind of like dating, she went and did some off the wall shit that I found out about later in life. And it was just like, what the fuck? So I just kind of had a shield put up. I would kind of, meet ladies and mingle in. But at the same time, as I got older, I got hit with a paywall. That's when I realized, that was like a lot of like fresh out of high school, like early 20s type shit. But as I got older, I realized you have to have money. And when you're part of a disparaged community that has a harder time getting money or earning money, then it's like your world crashes. Because I can still meet ladies and whatnot. And there's situations. I'm going to tell you why. The thing is, for me, let's say, I'll say I'm beautiful and a lot of women want me and they'll start taking care of me. But the thing is, there's this thing where we talk about misogyny a lot. Men. But we don't ever really talk about what happens to women when they get power. Women misogyny. My mom and a lot of other women in life toppled over black men. I mean, I'm serious. Like, I'm not trying to be mean. It happened to me as I got older. What color? White women, black women. I see it happen to all men. Now in this day and age, but African American men have been belittled. They split the family apart. We're not able to get jobs like that. We don't have the education a lot of people have. I mean, we're in the same school systems, but you guys forget college costs money. My sister ran into that problem. She was brilliant, doing all types of stuff and getting grants and stuff for it. But then that doctor paywall came up, boom. We're from a community that we don't have built income, family income like that. So we might have had a roof over our head, but boy, once 18 hits, and this is what a lot of people don't understand, this is leaking over to a lot of different communities now. That's why I said it's not just black people. And so I'm seeing a lot of Caucasian men, welcome to the cookout. They got to pay child support. They never get to see their kids. They're always complaining about the prices of stuff. What does that song say? She got the coal mine, I got the shaft. I'm telling y'all, bro, we have to change the entire system. We got to stop saying, will forbid, people are lazy. Man, people need this stuff to survive. Because while they point out all the stuff that's happening at the bottom, all these rich people are getting away with buffoonery. I've laid out examples for y'all why France and all these other countries started falling apart in the 2020s. Y'all forget who was president from 2016 to 2020, right? So y'all forget that the presidency starts at the end because because if you all see when the election is happening, right? It's at the end of 2024 going to 2025. So all the 2021 and 2022, all those protests and all this stuff that's happening was because of Trump. He didn't do nothing for the BLM riots or anything. And the reason I'm calling it a riot, because this is what they did. Since I'm going to lead up to it. They were watching African Americans get slaughtered and still live in disparity. And then was just like, they're rioters. No, y'all are killing African Americans still. All these truckers that are getting unalived and all this other stuff. Now you will stop. It ends here, or else there's going to be more. And it's going to get worse. So back to the disparity because it happens to all kind of people. It happens to people in the LGBTQ. Women are constantly belittled by their husbands still. But this is what I'm talking about when women have power. Because I'm telling y'all what they're doing. A lot of women are the ones that's working now. Affirmative action really helped Caucasian American women. And men are being treated like dogs. And so when we try to speak out on this, it's a problem. So I'm seeing a lot of men join different groups so that they can finally have a voice. And that's ridiculous. Women are becoming oppressors in certain circles when they have power, just like men, which means humans do it. And so, you know what I mean? The African-American community, African-American men, we have been despaired. I mean, I don't know how to explain this to people. The women get all the resources, so then we're left out. They call us all deadbeat and this and that, and you're not getting a job, forgetting how hard it is to find a job, forgetting everything about the racism. I told you, it'll go from racism to another aspect, and then men are going to get trampled on. And I'm telling men to wake up and be aware of your surroundings. Women too, it's not just a man thing. Because what I'm starting to really notice is that the elites are really messing humankind up. Like this whole Trump thing, I'm telling y'all, it went from government to Trump thinking he has central power. And what he's doing out here in the public is unbecoming for civilization, like in the future. I don't know if you guys will. So back to like the disparities and whatnot. After they were giving out all these programs for Caucasians. Then when African Americans started to want some of the programs and started to get the programs, then they started to cut it off. So I'm talking about two different instances. All you African Americans talking about immigrant. Okay, I can understand that we still have a story and we need repaired. But at the same time, don't join the side of these white supremacists. I'm telling you, it's not going to end well for you. And the only thing people are really doing is they're taking certain voices of people complaining and they're adding it to a group of things. And so it's just all getting lumped together instead of individuals having a voice. And I'm telling y'all what happens when that happens. Towers get built and then a whole bunch of people get mowed over that are innocent in these communities. And so even look at the ghettos and gentrification and stuff like that. They talk about camps all the time. The ghettos are our camps. They basically put us in these areas and left us to starve and be destroyed. And so that shit's going to change now. You know what I mean? Like, if Elon gets into anything financial, bro, like, I'm not trying to be funny, but I don't see him. Like I said, the housing projects, man, like, it's work. Man, so please, if you claim to be Caucasian and aren't racist, like I'm telling you, I'm warning you, man, listen to what I'm telling you. They don't care about you. Because even look at the idea of slavery. It doesn't help the general Caucasian public, so they fuck them over because then they don't have no work. Then you go later down the line, public aid, right? They tried to help African Americans too with public aid. Then they're all like, nope, that's stupid, blah, blah, blah. All these people are on public aid. Then later down the line, you see how it's happening over and over and over? So stop fighting that which is good and come along. This is what I meant to say too about like the idea of women and money. They're creating a situation where money is ruling over people. And now African American men are treated like garbage because you don't get to get on camera and do all these women's rights, women. And then when y'all get money and power, talk to men like fucking dogs. Y'all have got me fucked up. It happens in my life. I see it happening to men everywhere. Wake up. You're the men. When I say that, I'm not saying, oh, I rule over you. I'm saying choose somebody that's going to respect you. And if you can't find nobody that's going to respect you, okay, you mingle and you're single. And now all these religious people want to call you names. Whatever, dude. I'm not going to be a slave. See, it's Christians seem to be okay with some form of slavery, marriage, all this stuff. Because I'm not saying marriage is slavery, but the way they treat it as a legal document, I'm telling you, just listen to what somebody who has to live here and deal with is seeing. So, you know what I mean? When I use these examples, I'm not saying Christians bad, marriage bad. I'm saying from what I see in my life, people, when they get power, don't know how to act sometimes. And so when you're single and live your life the way you want to, that's not a problem. But at the same time, if you're happy in your marriage, if you're happy with what you're doing, it's cool. Awesome. Bless, gifts unto all. So, yeah, man, Trump and the Republicans, man, the amount of hypocrisy and just blatant craziness, it's like this is what Joe Biden's doing. Joe Biden is spending American. So they're doing American companies, not so much outsourcing, American contracts, so it costs a little bit more. It's American money, American wages. Then Trump will get in office. Look at all the spending they're doing. Spending. I reduced all of it and took everything out and outsourced. But I'm teaching people that I'm insourcing, but I outsource it all. That's why you're all losing your job. I'm telling y'all why you're all losing your jobs, man. Y'all don't listen, man. I'm telling you why gas is more and everything is more expensive when a Democrat's in office, because we're doing things the American way. So imagine if Trump cut all this spending, why? How did all this spending magically get cut? Because he cut all the Americans who were making American wages and he outsourced it to immigrants. Why do you think all these tethers are tethering for Trump, not realizing if this keeps happening, then America's going to implode and there's not going to be a Trump or America or anything. It's going to keep inflating. Because this is what inflation does. If we're going and outsourcing to the rest of the world, that means we're liking ourselves to their money systems and their currency systems and their laws. When we do that, our money's going to inflate with theirs to their money systems. Are you guys not understanding, like, I don't know, Destiny for days and days, and Royland Martin and everybody else is explaining these things and showing what's happening, and people still get on the comments. I think that's just advertising. I think that's what it is. That's how you steal elections. Like, I'm not saying don't even get me started on that shit. I'm saying people go with human personality groups like the Humanverse and the Metaverse and all this weird stuff. And why are all these different countries on their news advocating for our presidency? Isn't that like they're like Trump, Trump, Trump? Is that not like a sign for y'all? Y'all like America, America, America. But it's like y'all. So let me teach, and maybe people can understand what I'm saying. So watch this. Trump apparently now in the public and in the media and everywhere else is the most loved person by many people, even though this is all crazy shit he said. But Kamala is hated by her own. How many Trump streamers have y'all seen go against Trump within this election cycle and start going against Trump besides Nick Fuentes? And now even Nick Fuentes is saying, go with Trump, go with Trump. But Kamala in her own house, out of all these streamers, because of Israel and what's happening in Israel, who she has no power over, she's a vice fucking president. So then, even Biden out of his own mouth, I'm trying to stop Israel. I'm telling them what they're doing is bad. Trump out of his own mouth, yeah, Biden and them are against Israel. I've done the most for Israel. But y'all are coming out on stream saying, why is Kamala stopping the war? Because the legislation is, Trump set up 3 Supreme Court judges. So what do you think he did for Israel and AIPAC when he was in office? Well, now that they're entangled in law and the Republicans block everything that the Democrats do, if you don't believe me, go watch videos about Obama. I don't know what to tell y'all. So Kamala's the one that's most hated. Who else is the most hated but the anointed ones and prophets? Uh-oh. But she's going to be in there. She's still fighting. And even though they are trying to crucify her in the media, because how can y'all blame an Indian African American woman for racism and stuff? The woman knows about law the most. She was an attorney general. She's a lawyer. She's been advocating for 4 years. And I don't understand. It's like, this is what the media likes, confusion. They want y'all to stay in stupidity, because if Trump wins, they are going to have a whole lot of news and get rich in the next couple of years. And most of them are Caucasian, Jewish leaning affiliated. I don't know what y'all want from me. I'm telling the truth. So because how are y'all mad at Russia? Those are Nazis in Ukraine. I don't know how else to tell y'all this. They're Nazis. They're doing the marches on video, man. They're blowing stuff up. Man. So these laws that are affecting people of color and African Americans, y'all keep saying don't give Africans reparations. That's going to leak off one day when the Caucasian community is super fucking poor and y'all need repaired or something. And they're going to be like, why repair them? Don't. And then what's going to make it even worse, when y'all seek retribution in the future, y'all are going to have that old spirit that y'all never fixed. Look what y'all did to the blacks. I never gave them reparation. I'm telling you, listen to somebody because I'll tell the truth. All my videos, this stuff that's coming true, I'm telling you, I've been telling y'all, I predict things in science and predictions and math and technology. And the Holy Spirit that I talk about is the loving each other so we can come together and help each other and grow and create scientific things, learn and grow about things. Not be like, oh, I'm a religious man and the Lord God from the Scar Daddy. That's not the type of shit that I'm bringing. So, I'm not making fun of whatever y'all got, okay. But y'all own books testify against y'all. I am who I am. the sacrificial law, or whatever y'all call it, is going to be right next to the covenant to be us, a witness against y'all. So they say all the time, all men are liars, which is a testimony against themselves. But what I will say is I've witnessed a lot of people talk strange, and maybe I didn't understand or perceive where they're coming from. So I tried to help and guide back to logic and understanding so that we can all understand each other again and be away from Babel, if that makes sense, and houses of bondage. People who are so bound that they have to do these things. So I'm trying to free them and give them their voice again, the word and spirit. Because if you're a human being, if you're a whatever, and I can give you, like, I am who I am send me, and give you testimony and witness in that book, what I'm talking about, and now you're like, okay, I was being tormented and blah, 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 blah. Now you have a stone inside that keeps you grounded. You know, and you have witness that they're not going to be able to torment you or burn you with the fire and the lies, the lake of fire. So, let's say, under the ocean, right? Have no idols in the ocean. This is going to be a great ocean that's walked over, and then it's the lake of fire that people walk over, the great lake. They can't hurt you with the lake of fire no more because the stone inside pops up, so to speak, and blocks the fires. And now it's a firewall. Now you're protected because you can use that same fire against them with your free will now. So now somebody could come up and be like, you're the devil. It's like, whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. I'm the devil. Do y'all not remember when a man said that, woe to those who play with blasphemy, those who let their children be their judges? So in a world of logic and understanding outside that book, I was just sitting doo-doo, and somebody just came and stoned me, so to speak, with negative words. So now let's get back into the cosplay outside of the people that are watching from the outside who I'm. Okay, so if a person comes up and goes, oh, you demon, you devil. Whoa, 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 whoa. First of all, judge not that you be not judged or condemned. Second of all, outside of that, because sometimes there are judgments and you do have to tell somebody they're doing something wrong. But you just called me a demon, which is out of religion. So then you go and look even further. What am I a demon for? For just being, I aming, existing? What's your cause? Well, you say God loves the gays. That which I am do love the gays. What do you want from me, man? They're very intelligent, wise, and they don't have no problem. Even what you saying, loving the gays, what does that mean? Are you saying gay people? Because there's a lot of gay people that get on my nerves and talk stupid and talk really dumb in the wilderness. So when you say I love the gays, what do you mean? And then they'll probably be like, the Lord says in Leviticus, the Lord also says at the end of Deuteronomy that the sacrificial law will be used as a witness against you. Look at your violence, because the covenant says thou shalt not kill. And it also says I am who I am. So what God are you talking about? Are you saying that or some book that you follow? Smack, pow. Am I saying smack them? No. I'm just saying they just got the word and spirit. I put up my shield, tink, and I didn't give them a sword, maybe a billy club. Doom. You know what I'm saying? Now, did I harm anybody? Even that metaphor. Even in my metaphor, I didn't say I said I dunk. Not even hard enough to do any damage. It's a metaphor. It's an ideology of teaching you how to protect yourself once you really read that book. I'm not saying read that book to learn how to be a mega god. I'm saying read it to know how to fight against these demons, these real demons, who often talk about hurting people for the will of some god, especially African Americans who don't even realize God comes from Germany. So am I witnessing against the Germans? You be the judge of my videos. But what I'm saying is it means to invoke good power. So is it good power to go kill people if if the word and spirit is saying don't kill, don't covet for thy neighbor house? So if a dude has a bunch of lollipops in his cupboard, why would I care? If I eat, you know what I'm saying? I got Fruity Pebbles in mine. Now, see, that's a metaphor. I'm mixing two different metaphors. I'm saying I got sweets in mine. You know what I mean? I love women folk. I love my girl. God, because she don't. I watched your video, the one that I did watch. So I'm just basically trying to teach people about metaphors and navigating through life and teaching people that you need to stop going in the past with your portal gun, the Bible, coming back to the present with stones, going, and rather try to look for places where the prophets say, help the widow, help the orphan. Now watch this. Let's say a woman, that book that y'all love so much, talk about so much of the sacrificial law, when dealing with all this adultery and all this other stuff. It says that unless a woman cheat on you, and we're not stoning people. We're not talking about that shit anymore. I'm just going back to it. Because if you guys want to be murderers, right, so quit fucking playing. So to the aspect of the words that you're even talking about, if a woman is cheated on, I think that's the only way to blah, blah, blah. If she's cheated on or something like that. So, or if she cheats, you know how it goes. Now, in this day and age, I'll tell people, it's your life, so you choose whatever. But me personally, I wouldn't be beat. I wouldn't be belittled every day. You're not going to talk fucking stupid to me every day. I can give you kindness, and if you constantly come back with the sword or some ignorance, we gonna fucking get some counseling, or we gonna figure it the fuck out. That's how I feel personally. I don't give a fuck. So, but outside of that, I love giving love and kindness and all that, but sometimes people take advantage of that shit and don't see themselves. Just like they call it nose blind, when you can sit in your own odor. Sometimes people have a certain spirit and don't understand it. And so sometimes you have to remind them or let them know. Not physically or violently, but sometimes you gotta let people know. So, when dealing with just all kinds of, that adultery stuff. Now, let's say a woman's husband's died and now she's a orphan, but she's got kids now, so now they're a widow. She's a widow, and now her kids are orphans, technically, right? So let's say a man comes in and marries that woman and remarries and takes care of that woman. So y'all gonna stone her and him? You know what I'm saying? Like, mind y'all fucking business. You know what I mean? Y'all, the problem with people is they talk too much and they don't understand shit. Because I think what happens a lot of times is projecting. What people do is when they project their screen, they project a big ass rock. And so that's how they stone people. They, at the speed of light, do they project their stone. And a lot of times people are unaware of it. So I'm trying to come and bring awareness, if that makes sense. But also I'm bringing mercy and kindness and love. I am kindness. I am mercy. I am love. Like a father watching a child, do I watch over who I am? You know what I mean? Do not harm who I am. I work hard to keep who I am alive. Do not torment who I am. Do not confuse who I am with a bunch of stupid fucking rhetoric. Wolf this, and then that, and then this, and then that. Chill. Does any of that even matter? I am breathing. I am living. I am laying here. I am sitting there. I am going to listen to some music. Why am I doing all that other stuff? Am I going to be the smartest? Is that going to follow me where I'm going in the future? In the future. If it does, do I want it to be full of... Do I want to give a fuck about what everybody else is doing? You know what I mean? I smoke weed. I advocate that children do not smoke weed. I advocate that people do not smoke until they get grown. But what I teach people is with weed, I don't give a fuck. What y'all gonna do in life, do. I've given my warnings. But I smoke weed and it helps keep me calm and relaxed. Do I smoke while I'm working? No. Do I smoke while I'm driving and doing important shit? No. I'm not a fucking daft moron. I do what I need to and I live my life. Can I control what everybody around me does? No. But I can give advice and guidance. If they don't want to listen, do I just wait till you get plagued from what I said because you didn't listen? No. I pray for the best for them. Okay, they didn't listen. I am with thee. I am with all of you all. You're all my children. That don't mean blah, 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 blah. So just let's still have a good time. Boom. I'm telling y'all, I'm trying to, the best of my ability, teach people another way. Because the way that they were going was kind of like Rainbow Road on Mario Kart. Or will they say Yoshi's Island on Mario Kart 64? If you've ever been on that level, I'm trying to put up as many guardrails as I can. You know what I mean? On that mountain that they carved to be an amusement park. So, I love y'all. I didn't even anticipate it taking this long, but there'd be so many metaphors and things I just want to talk about and say to help people get a new spirit, if you will, get a new friendly guidance. Because I'm going to give you an example. If I was to say my I am is going to reach up with, so the Son is going to reach up with the Father, so that can mean many things. Eventually, when my consciousness was pushed to wrath enough, I was like, fuck all this shit, I'm tired. I'm going to make my own way. And then boom, I began to become the I am. Or you could look at it as you all, maybe in two different aspects, you all talk about me or call me names or say different things about me at first. but then hear me out over time and start to understand what I'm saying and like what I'm saying. So then I become like your buddy, so to speak. I am with you sometimes when I am not there. Some of my phrases, my sayings, my teachings, if you will. But you know what I'm saying? Or even outside of the being mad at me at first, if you like what I'm saying and you enjoy listening to me, sometimes my phrases might help you in everyday life. Maybe sometimes me saying, I will be with thee. I will never leave thee or forsake thee. Be strong and of good courage. I am with thee. You know what I mean? And, you know, perfect love casts out fear, for fear's torment. Torment causes pain and punishment. We do not fear who I am. We do not fear facing who I am in the day of judgment, because we live like the Lamb in this world. What is the Lamb? The first 3 commandments. Love that comes with all the law. I am who I am. I am that which is. I am the one who binds or frees whom I will. So I am the one who either joins something or don't join it. Do I not? It's up to me, my consciousness. I put no other I ams, no other gods before who I am. So that's just essentially, I could take advice, I can chill people, I can whatever. But what I'm saying is, if I get not like, some friends are about to go do something really messed up, and I ding, 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 hey, don't do that. You got awareness, you know that your life is more important than the silly stuff they doing. You can advise them, but then if they don't want to listen, you know, do what you got to do. Okay, boom. You can either listen to the voice of righteousness, the voice of clarity, or you could be like, no, I'm going to do what I want. Da-ding. And you play a stupid game and you might win a stupid prize. You see what I'm saying? So that's just with anything in life. You might be a right-wing Republican that might believe in a lot of Republican concepts, but you might see what's happening in the world right now and be like, okay, I'm going to vote Democrat. That's just life, man. There's times that I see look at Bill Clinton, you know, from a man's perspective, you know, but he did something really messed up in the White House. You know what I mean? Am I still going, American people, am I still going to ask people to vote for Bill Clinton after what he did? You know what I mean? And then when his wife was seeking retribution, we could have paid her back and said, there you go, strong woman. Your husband messed up, and now we're going to give you the floor. No, we call it Kamala Killer Hit Hillary, and we're going to talk about China, but then we're going to tell Elon to outsource to China. Doesn't make sense, man. He's not dropping prices. He's cutting Americans and then putting immigrants in power in other places. That's called outsourcing. But then when they come here, he's like, no immigrants, the empire. It's like, come on, dude. Let's wake up. So I love y'all. Have an amazing day. Have an amazing life. And do what you need to survive and not cause harm and hurt others. You know what I mean? Because a lot of stuff we complain about, everybody's always like out here like, yeah, Texas, this country's gonna be destroyed. Then they go back to their jobs 2-3 weeks, 2 months later. The influencers are still reporting things and whatnot, but it's like, come on, man, stop playing into the bullshit. We're grown now. We're adults. Act like it.